Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm now going to be doing my maybe my most anticipated video of Valorant is my tier list for champions, and let's just get right into it. First off, with a Levitan, and they have a star roster. King as the IGL, Tex, Mazzino, Aspas, Com. Both Aspas and Com have won champions before. Com most recently last in 2023, and the year before that was Aspas with Loud in 2022. So this team is pretty familiar winning. I mean, hell, they went, what was it, 9-1 in the regular season in Stage 1 and 2. So, I mean, they're very good. Yes, they kind of struggle in the playoffs, but they still win the first seed, so that doesn't really matter. But the coaches as well, Itapata, he's been phenomenal. Used to coach with Apex, which was great. I mean, they were a top 4 team in Essentials, obviously. And Juvenile was pretty interesting. I think he was with Disguise or Elevate, I believe. A team in the Challenger scene, I know. And I think he was with them for like 3 days or something, over in a week, and he left to join this team. So he might maybe screwed up his Challengers team, but he has really helped this Leviathan team as a whole. Now, they should be favorites, but we know how they were in Master Shanghai, so I'm probably going to give them an S tier. However, Master Shanghai was a bit of a wake-up call for me especially, as I did put Leviathan in S tier, and they flopped. I'm praying that doesn't happen again, but if it does, I hate Leviathan forever. Next up is G2 Esports, who will be the second seed coming in for Americas, and this team is also looking really good. Valorant as the IGL, IC, Tran, Jonapi, and Leaf, some great players. They have a very distinctive play style of playing extremely slowly. Josh RT has been the head coach of the year in Americas especially, and Shaq, he has been pretty helpful as well for the team as well, so definitely, I mean, this team should also be favorites as well. Are they S tier? I think so. I mean, so far, G2 have showed us that they are able to win these, or I should say, be competitive against against all these other teams in international events. I mean, hell, look how like good they were in Mars Shanghai, where they came third place, where everyone thought 100 Thieves was going to get up there. Nope, it was G2 Esports. So it shows that this team, with the synergy that they have, are having 3 of the 5 players from guard, having IC and Leaf as well, has really helped this team. And you know what? So be it, because this team is definitely a team to watch out for. Crew Esports. Now, this team is pretty difficult, I'll be honest, to rank. They have Mels as the IGL, they have Kesnet, MTA is now back in full-time, Shy and Heat. Klaus is inactive, so he won't be playing at all in this event. Adam has he's been pretty good as a head coach throughout both years for Crew. And DDX, I'm pretty sure he's been there since like the very beginning. But I just don't know. Like, this team is absolutely surprised me in Stage 1, but they kind of flopped in kickoff. Stage 2, they were in the midpoint. Like, they weren't good, weren't all then, and however, they also weren't that bad. Like, they were mid. So I don't know what to really do with this team. Obviously, this team could easily surprise me in champs. Easily, I mean, look how they did in 2021, where they beat Sentinels and Fnatic, I believe, in 3rd and 4th. Well, yeah, to get the 3rd and 4th positions. I mean, that's just crazy. So this could easily happen again, but in the past Champions events, they have struggled. And I think that might happen again. I don't know where to put them. I think it's either it could be an A or B, in my opinion. Because Crew have not shown consistency. They have shown that, because they've shown flashes of great plays, but they're not consistent. They're not like going to be contenders, we'll say. They're going to be maybe picking up some big wins. I will maybe have to put Crew, I don't know. Crew is either A or B, definitely. I don't think they're S tier. S tier is like a long way off. I'll say maybe A tier, but look for them to move down to B tier pretty soon if I'm not happy with this tier list. Sentinels. Now, this one might be controversial, but I don't think Sentinels has a chance of making it or even being competitive. Their recent performance in Stage 2 and Stage 1 have been shocking. Stage 2 was pretty good in the group stages, but playoffs, they just flopped. Kickoff was amazing. It was the best I've ever seen of Sentinel since 2021, and that's saying something. It's amazing that this team still made it the champs because they rightfully deserve to be in champs. I'll be honest. John QT, he has been a great asset into the team as a new IGL. Tens in his new role as a flex player has been really good. Zelda's the hype man himself, he's been really good. Zekin is looking like one of the best duelists in the world. And Saucy, he's been pretty consistent as well for this team. Having Curry in is great, but I highly doubt he's going to be played out, be honest, in champs. I'll be very surprised if he does. Isn't he in Korea right now? I can't remember. I think he's like, I'm pretty sure he is in Korea. Well, lives in Korea. I actually can't remember. I actually can't remember where Curry lives right now, but I'm pretty sure I saw something like Curry living in Korea. Anyways, moving on by that. I mean, having the coach of Kaplan and Drew Spark, two very good coaches. Kaplan has been phenomenal for the team. Drew Spark has also been really good as well, helping out the team massively. So, what do I do with Sentinels? Are they better than Korea Esports? Absolutely, in my opinion, I think they are, but not by a lot. I don't know, because this team has shown a lot of promise in kickoff. Stage 1 and Stage 2 were kind of duds, and they've struggled. What do I think about this? I don't know where to put Sentinels, because Sentinels could easily be A. They could even be B if they continue to perform like this. I'm gonna maybe put them in A, but in front of Korea Esports, I believe. But I won't be surprised if Sentinels does bomb out early in their groups. FPX, they've been looking pretty good. Gen.G and Heretics, they've been looking like one of the best teams. Edward Gaming now for China. Now, this team have made some massive changes. They've added Simon and Wood A1 into the lineup. We have not seen Wood A1 play at all. Haodong is looking like he's now the new assistant coach now with Muggle. After, I think, apparently is gone according to Shishu. Is he actually, like, lying and trolling us? Maybe. But, considering we have not seen After at all in Stage 2, it is most likely After is kicked from this team and gone. And he has gone back to Taiwan. But if he hasn't, then I'm not too sure what's really been happening behind the scenes. But having Muggle as a head coach, I mean, still, it has not changed Outward Gaming whatsoever. And as well, having Hao Dong as well as the assistant coach has actually quite helped this team a bit, in my opinion. I mean, I was quite worried when it was kind of confirmed, I guess to say, by Shishu that After is gone from the team. So I was very concerned about that. But I mean, it feels like After has not left. Maybe because Muggle has basically just been helping out After, and he knows all of his stuff now, which is pretty helpful for this team. Nobody as Yai Joe is pretty interesting. I think he mainly was the second caller behind Hao Dong, obviously. So it's good, but obviously people are saying like, why is Simon on the IGL? Because he was IGL and JD Gaming. Well, apparently, I guess it comes with experience as well. Nobody has been in the system for a while now. Simon, he only joined a couple days ago, or even a month ago even. So, I just don't know. This team could be good. I'm going to give them maybe B or A. Because the Mar Shanghai performance was shit. The Madrid performance was subpar. Oh, I maybe have to put them B. I'll be honest. I just don't know, because this team could easily surprise. Because this team could surprise me because of how they performed in last year's champs with the got fit through 6 in playoffs was very impressive. But from the performance that we've seen so far on the international stage has been not the Edward Gaming that we were all expecting. So I might have this. I think B tier is alright, but A tier might be on the cards as well for EDG. FunPlus Phoenix, the second best team in China. What do I really say about this team? Berlin is the IGL, like always. The crazy professor, I call him sometimes. I don't call him that, but either I mean, it's a good nickname for him though because he comes up with these wacky ass plays and somehow works. Autumn, I actually quite like that he's now more of a flex player now. I think he deserves to be in a flex in the flex position role because I mean, Cypher's been pretty good. His Viper has been a bit shaky, but he's been alright. His KO's been alright as well. But I think his best character is definitely Cypher, in my opinion. Life, he has been crazy. He's been the normal life that we were all kind of expecting. Ion, he has been a very solo initiator player for this team. And also the hype man as well. I mean, he doesn't give a flying fuck what you think about him. And then for Lysol, he has been a clutch god as well. I mean, he's able to hold down sides really, really well and come out clutch in these massive situations. Nathan D as the head coach is great. Having Guy as well as distance coach is also good. It definitely helps this team a lot. The thing I'm very worried about is international events. As you can see is on the side, they came 7th to 8th in Madrid and 9th to 10th in Shanghai. However, that Shanghai result, yes, they were kind of poo. They were very, very impressive. They got some big wins against some pretty big teams. So, they are definitely improving. In my opinion, definitely improving. I think they're definitely on the same par as as EDG in my opinion. But at the same time, look all the other teams that we have. Maybe FPX might maybe move down to C tier. But as of right now, I think FPX is definitely on the same level as EDG. Trace Esports. This is going to be interesting. Because Trace, they have Lure King, Kai, Feng Feng, Heibei, and Bianc. Apparently Bianc is the IGL. I'm not too sure if that's true or not. Destroyer and Yi as well, the coaches. This is a very solid roster. However, I am worried about one thing. That being international, I guess, veteranships, I guess we'll say. Bianca is the only one who's actually been to an international event, that being Champions last year. And hell, look what happened last year as well when he was with Billy Gaming. Could that happen again for Trace? Maybe. I can definitely see it. But I just have a feeling that this team might struggle under the pressure of playing in a massive venue, in a massive crowd in South Korea. They have never been outside of China, I don't think. So I could tell that they're going to be trying to, I guess, trying to be comfortable with the culture over in Korea. Lure King, he's been pretty good as well for this team. Very surprisingly, I'll be honest. I mean, considering that he's from Tyloo, I expected him to kind of flop, but no, he's been really, really good. Kai, watch out for him, and Feng Feng. If any of you aren't really like viewers of China, watch out for those two players because those two players might surprise you, especially Kai. He was so close on matching texture in a best of 5 kill record in the game against FPX, which really shows off how talented he is. Feng Feng, he's kind of struggled lately, but I still think he should be alright. Heibei has been decent. Bianca has really performed really well. I mean, he has surprised me. I just don't know. This team is a massive unknown for me because we haven't seen them in an international event at all this year, and they have a pretty different roster from what we're used to of having the likes of YIU in the lineup. Who else? There was one more I can't remember the name of right now, but I may have to give them maybe a C. Just because I'm not too certain what this team is going to bring out. They can easily take upsets. But if we're talking about compared to everyone else in this, like, you know, out of all these teams, probably C might be the best bet. Billy Gaming. This team has surprised me as well. Now, they do have players, Bear and Levias. I don't think are going to be playing because, I mean, there's there's no point of them even playing. So the 5-man roster is YZ, Neff as the IGL, Flexen, Knight, and Yosemite. Bale's the coach, Jackson as well. I'm glad that Jackson's in because he was really important to this team last year especially. Having Bale in is great. He is a great coach. He used to coach Gen.G, I believe. I think it was Gen.G last year, I believe. And they were alright, but kind of not really the best. I can't remember what team Bale was actually in previously right now on the top of my head, which is really pissing me off. But I mean, this team has improved over like kickoff. They were kind of shocking. Sage 1, I mean, they kind of got better. But then Sage 2 is where they really turned it up, and they were really, really good. So, could that maybe happen again here? Maybe. Could they maybe do another upset? Definitely. Look up this star roster. They have 3 of the players that were in the original Billy Gaming roster, along with Flexen, who has really surprised me this year, and Nephew's the IGL, who has been really good and really solid for this team, and has also kind of helped this team as well improve from where they were like in the start of the year, where they had Bear as the IGL. And I'm sorry, Bear was not cut it. I mean, he was not good. Levias as well, he was alright. I think Levias I think Levias had the IGL for a bit and didn't really work out for them. So now having Neffin is actually pretty good because he is a very well-rounded player. But where do I put them? Are they better than Trace in my opinion? I don't know. I mean, Trace and Billy Gaming are very difficult, like I said, because this is the first time we're going to be seeing them on stage, and they could easily struggle, you know, considering that it's not on the international it's not like in China, it's not in their own region, so they can easily struggle. But I'm kind of have more faith in Billy Gaming just because of veteranship in international events. We have a look back. We have YZ, we have Knight, we have Yosemite. All 3 of them have actually been on LAN last year. Neff, I'm pretty sure, was on LAN in Ascension, the grand final, I believe, last year with Bleed Esports. I might be wrong though, but I think I'm right. Bear and Levias, they haven't played. The only one I guess who actually hasn't played on like internationally is Flexen. And obviously he used to be with Tyloo and Trace Esports, so he's been all over the place. Having Jackson as well was great. Having Bale in is also great. Both of them also have international appearances as well. So I'm kind of signing a bit more Billy Gaming against Trace, but that doesn't change the fact that these 2 teams could easily impress me. I'll say that for sure. Next up now is Fnatic, and this team should also be favorites. Okay, coaches though, players though, both the IGL. I mean, what else can I really say? He's been really good. Hero, he has been maybe the most surprising player out of this year. He has really, he has filled in the shoes really well for Leo, who I don't think will be playing in champs. So I do hope that he does get better soon. Durka, he's been really good. Kronko has been really consistent. Alpha has also been really good as well. Leo, he won't be in champ sadly. Doma as well which is interesting. He used to play for Digital Athletics in Turkey, as well as Velocity Gaming. I think Mad Lions as well, I'm pretty sure. So he's been all over the place in Tier 2. But now that he's back in Tier 1 with his old team of Fnatic, which is pretty cool. The coaches have also surprised me as well. I'm surprised with how good Elmer Putty has been going. Now, that's obviously no disrespect to Elmer Putty, but everyone kind of thought that he was going to struggle just because that he's replacing Big Shoes on Mini. But now that Mini's back in as the assistant coach is great. And Anders as well. I mean, he's been very helpful for this team whenever he joins his team pack. And I swear, he's on like a trial every single time when he joins his team, because he always leaves at some point. Now, are they favorites? Absolutely. But we saw how they were in Shanghai. They flopped. They didn't even make it to Madrid. I'm going to give them an S. Do I think they're better than G2? I think they are. But are they better than Levitan? That's tough to call in my opinion. Team Vitality, another new team. This one's difficult as well. So the players that they have is Sender as the IGL, Trex, Kix, Runner, and Safe. I feel like the only reason why they're here is because of Safe. He has been so good for this team and carrying this team on his back. Yes, definitely Trex has been really good as well. Runner, he had a recent role switch. He was the duelist at the beginning of this year. Now he's a Sentinel, I believe. So he's been mainly playing Cypher and Killjoy, which is interesting. It's definitely a new role for him, but I quite like having Safe as well as duelist because I trust him more in my opinion. Kicks, he's been alright. Sender has also been alright as well. It's just a very alright, like, a very alright team. Gorilla as well as the head coach, including T-Mock. T-Mock was kind of surprising as well, being of like how good he is as a coach actually, because obviously I know nothing about him. Gorilla, he's been really good as well as the new head coach, while Salah is now inactive, so still good so far for Vitality, but they lost against Fnatic. How are they going to go against these other teams? Are they? I do think Vitality are around the A or B region. Are they better than Crew though? That's the thing. I don't think they're better than Sentinels, but are they better than Crew? This team could easily be dark horses. Are they better than both Chinese teams? Possibly, maybe they actually might be. Maybe not better than EDG, but this team is so difficult to rank because I just don't have, like, I just don't know. Because okay, let me explain. Safe and Trex are the only ones who actually has international experience. Sender as well, but I was in lock-in, so I guess you can count that maybe. Kicks, never. Runner, never. Gorilla, yeah, and lock-in, that's really about it. T-Mock, never. I mean, it depends on if Safe can actually carry the team on his back. If Safe wasn't there, I would probably put them at B tier, below both Chinese teams in my opinion. But because Safe is in, are they maybe better than FPX? Maybe. Are they better than EDG? I don't really know, but I think maybe B tier. It's something I just don't know because this team is a bit of an unknown for me. Just because I don't know how they're going to be performing. They're kind of like Trace, I'll be honest. Like, both those teams are dark horses in their own region. They came in for like the first time in their organization's history to be at an international event. Could we maybe see Vitality maybe go well? Maybe, but Safe needs to pick it up. That's all I'm saying. So, B tier, in my opinion, I'll be as for Vitality. Team Heretics, they should also be favorites as well coming into this event. Boo, Miniboo, Root, Rians, and Benji Fishy, Nazino and Weber as well the coaches. It is also worth mentioning as well. This is the first time that they're gonna have their full roster and not have Tech in, which is quite funny. So yeah, I mean this team should also be favorites. I mean, are they better than G2? Possibly, I think so. I'll probably put them there. I think they're better than G2 Esports in my opinion. For the Esports, the Turkish powerhouse, I just don't know because Shanghai, they impressed me in Shanghai. They didn't make it to Madrid. Mr. Fallen as Yajo has been great. Yida J has been a really great addition to the team. At a captain, he continues to impress me of unclutchable scenarios. CNED, he's kind of taken a toll back, to be honest. I mean, he's not really the CNED we kind of expected from Ascend, for example. He's kind of been taking it back a bit, but he's still very good. And Cracks, I'm sorry, but Cracks is maybe the most forgettable player on this team. I keep forgetting that he's actually on this team, I'll be honest. Guy as well as the coach is just great. Sway as well as the coach is great. I don't think they're better than Heretics and Fnatic. I don't think they're in the same tier. I think they're definitely A tier, but where in A? Are they better than Crew? Are they better than Sentinels? Are they in the middle? Now, I think that they are actually on top of A. I think they are better than both Sentinels and Crew, but that could be debatable. I don't know, but it's just like because this team clicks when massive plays happens. So when someone does a massive play like a clutch, like a 153 clutch win, for example, then they really get hyped up and they really start steamrolling. But when there's none of that, there's none of that energy from this team, then they flop. We saw that in Shanghai multiple times where they were going clutch after clutch after clutch and they kept winning rounds. But then when they're not winning rounds and they're not clutching, then they falter and they flop. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking of for right now. That they are a very, very good team, when they're in clutch scenarios. So that's what I'm trying to say for Esports. Gen.G should also be favorites as well. Munchkin, Texture, Meteor, Lakia, Caron should be favorites. They're grand finals in Madrid. They're winners in Shanghai. They should also be favorites. I generally think they might be the best team that we have in champs right now. They are probably the best team and the team to watch out for, in my opinion. DRX, they have struggled. Do I think the S tier? Oh, that's really close to call. I'm a bit worried for Flashback, Fox9, and Bane. How are they going to perform under this pressure that they have in front of their home crowd as one of the favorite teams? How are they going to cope with that? Because we saw how Edward Gaming was in Shanghai. We kind of saw how Heretics was, but to be fair, that was Heretics' first ever international event, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Or are they going to do what Loud did in Locken, where they made it to the grand final? Yes, they lost, but at least they made it to the grand final. I just don't know, because this is the first time for Flashback, Fox9, and Bane to be at an international event. I know that Buzz and Marco, they've been there for a while now, so I just don't know. And because as well of how much the entire teams have improved, DRX, they've kind of went back a bit. They kind of stepped back, falsely from where they were previously, especially like in kickoff, where yes, they didn't make it to Madrid, but they were still pretty competitive. Then they kind of faltered in Stage 1 again, but then they brought it back in Stage 2. I don't know. Like, I don't see this team in S tier, in my opinion. I just don't see it. They're definitely A tier, but that might be one of the most hottest takes I will ever say. I don't think DRX is an S tier team, which to be fair, they've been S tier for quite a lot of quite a lot of events. But because of the roster that they have, I just don't know how they're gonna perform under the pressure in front of their home crowd. That's the thing I'm a bit worried about. But obviously, I could be wrong. I mean, hell, this is why I love making tier lists, because I could easily be wrong. So that might be a very hot take, but it could maybe work out at the very end. But we'll see. Maybe not. We'll see. PaperX. PaperX have struggled. Now, this might be because of recency bias. They were pretty good in Madrid. They came third. They were good in Stage 1. They faltered in Shanghai. They kind of faltered in Stage 2 as well. The coach as well, the Bulb, is a nice addition, because now Alex doesn't have to be the only one raging, which is good. So now both of them can be raging at the players. But has this coaching addition kind of stepped this team back a bit, if you think about it? Because, I mean, they're still getting aggressive, but not as aggressive as I thought they would be. Maybe they've been more disciplined. They're playing more of a disciplined role, maybe. They almost won against the RX, so they might maybe be in the same tier as them. PaperX. Because I don't know if they're going to have a mega champs like they did last year, or they're going to absolutely shit the bed like they did in 2022. I don't know. We have seen this virtual PaperX before, where they were really good at one time, but then they shit the bed on the next. So, I'll say they are maybe A tier, maybe around there. Oh, I don't like this tier list, I'll be honest. Oh, fuck, that is not a good tier list. Speaking of the final one, let's talk about Talon Esports. Well, this team is also a bit of a doozy. They have been mainly mid-pack throughout the Pacific region. But, I mean, they added Prime as well into the lineup, which has really helped this team. Cruz, as the IGL, has been really good as well. Jitboys has been consistent. Ban and Governor, they have had some decent plays. I just don't know. I don't know, because this team is a massive question mark for me. Are they going to perform well, or are they going to suck? That's the question. Because this team is a bit green on the international stage. I mean, I think 3 of them have been there, which includes Cruz, Jitboys, I believe, and Ban. Maybe not Jitboys. I actually can't remember. But Governor, he has never. Primey, never. I mean, this is his first season, and he's never been at champs at all, and this is his first champs event. So I don't know. I mean, like, the coaches are great for Austin Boyd. That's great. That's definitely some great coaching stuff. I mean, Frost, he has been in a lot of top North America teams, mainly 100 Thieves. That's the main one. Boy, he was even a player as well, so he knows the mental that these players are going to be under. And a lot of pressure as well will be on this team as well to represent the Thailand region. But I just think they might struggle. I think they're C tier in my opinion, just because they're massive unknown and they could falter. They could just be like one. Okay, they could easily go third and fourth like they did in 2021 with as X10 Esports, or they could just flop like they did many times beforehand as Zergia. That's definitely it. This is such a bad tier list. I'm just looking back on, like, so in S have Gen.G, Lev, Fnatic, Heretics, and G2. Those are basically the favorites. Then we have DRX, PaperX, Foot, Sentinels, and Crew. Those are like the mid-pack teams that could maybe surprise me. EDG, Vitality, and FPX. Those are like the basically just mid teams that aren't really gonna do much. While C includes Talon, Bilibili Gaming, and Trace Esports. Those teams are like the, what are you gonna do? What exactly are you gonna do to impress me in champs? But looking back at it, it looks pretty poor. It looks really bad. Oh, I'm gonna get flamed in the comments. I know that for a fact. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this in this video. Just a reminder to like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help me, especially on this channel. I will leave a link to this down as well in the description below, so you can do one for yourself. Then feel free to let me know how wrong I am, because looking back, it does look pretty bad, I'll be honest. So that's really bad for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. To catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.